This is a video about the hardest thing I've ever done, the Engelberg 100k ultramarathon in Switzerland. Nothing could really prepare me for what I was in for. No training in England could have prepared me for those mountains. There was a couple of times when I was ready to quit, and this is a video about the whole journey, my training, all the way through to the event. I hope you like it. Just out on one of the long runs at the moment. I'm planning on doing about 20 miles. I've got to stick some hills into it as well, so I'm hoping about 5 miles of that'll be hills. But yeah, it's 7:30 in the morning and already it's getting warm and hot, so it's going to be a battle to manage salts again today. I'm quite a salty sweater, so I struggle quite a bit with salts. Every time I've had an issue on an ultra or something like that, it's been because of the heat. So I'm trying to get a lot of my training in the warmth, just try and adapt to it. Garmin's got this quite handy feature that tells me how adapted to the heat I am. I don't know how true that is, but I've been watching that going up as I've been training throughout my endurance phase. Now, obviously the hope is that the more I train in the heat, the more my body will try and conserve my salts when I'm sweating, so I won't sweat out too much or excessive amount of salt. But regardless, I've got my tailwind in my drinks, and I've got my salt tablets just in case I start to feel the effects of it. Usually when it's got really bad, I usually feel it in the quads. My quads struggle to work, and the muscles start locking up. But I mean, I'm just into it now. I'm just under 4 miles in at the moment, so it's still early days yet, but you can probably see the sweat on my face. It's already, it's going to be a hot one today. But heading out to Whirlby, I think. We're going down the Anko towpath at the moment. I think what I'll probably do is go up to Saxby Bridge, turn off there, head up to Saxby, do Saxby Bridge, Saxby Hill, sorry, back down, and I reckon I'll just keep going along, picking up a hill as I go along there. And I hope, because they're quite big, long hills, them ones, I hope I can add quite a bit on doing that. I think if I get to Whirlby and I still ain't got quite the distance I need. I think it's about 5 miles back home from Whirlby, so I'll just keep doing Whirlby Hill for a bit until I get up to about 15 mile and then head back. I'm sort of into the endurance training phase of my ultra training now. I've spent a good few months early on in the sort of spring, just training my pace and general fitness. I strength train all the year round anyway, but so I've got my base level fitness now, so now it's just getting my body used to a bit of long distance. I dropped off after Viking Way last year. Dropped my mileage right down. My feet were a bit messed up. I've only just started getting the feeling back in 2 of my toes, my big toe and the one next to it. All the feeling went from them. I reckon I must have severed some nerves or something with all the running. Well, the bottom of my skin was like, the bottom of my feet was, the skin was like crinkly plastic. By the time I finished, it was awful. So I reckon I probably done some damage there, but they're back to normal now. Well, as normal as any ultra runner's feet are. Right, I've just gone up Saxby Hill and now I'm going up Dan's Hill. Now, this is one of the worst hills in this area. I think the gradient's something like 1 in 4. I don't know if you can tell very well by this camera. Honestly, I'm only at, just started at 10 metres up or something. Oh, yeah, it's a twat, this. Well, gets a bit better further up, but don't feel like it's ever gonna. Oh well, put big boy pants on, eh? Just going up Bombi Hill now. Oh, thankfully, all these hills are in the shade, make it a lot easier going. So next up on the hills, we've got what I like to call Half Mile Hill. No prizes for guessing why. It's a real good one for training stimulus, this, because it's sort of a bit of a disused track. Let's have a look. And it goes into a bit of trail and it's just ever so long. So you've got like this really steep bit that we're coming up to now, and then it eases off a little bit, but then it just carries on and carries on. And it's a real good one for training this. It's part of the Team VR Structured Mondays, this one. And yeah, it's just makes you forced to keep that effort going for much longer. And because the hill sort of drops off a little bit, it sort of promotes a bit of active recovery while you're still working. Really good, really good. Last hill of the day on a road aptly named The Hill in Welby. It's a bit of a toughie, another Team VR favourite hill session. Again, as all hills, it's a bugger. I've been running these routes around here for so long now that there's one particular bit that I always dislike going down, and for me it's this bit, the bit going from Whirlby to the Ancombe. It's a 2 mile stretch, and I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's because every time I run down here it's always at the end of a long run, or because it's just so exposed here. You know, when it's windy you get the full-on wind, and today when you've got the heat, the sun's just beating down. I don't know what it is, but it's always tough not getting grumpy on this bit. Right, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm heading out right now for a 15-mile run. I'm quite time starved, so I need to go out silly o'clock in the morning to do my mileage rather than rather than just being able to go out at regular times. Because it's Friday, I really don't want to go out at night. But yeah, so I'm heading out to Whirlby to do some hills this morning. It's about 5 miles up to Whirlby. I'll do 5 mile worth of hills and then come back. And then that'll set me up for the day. 2 weeks into the endurance now. I'm feeling a bit fatigued now, particularly getting up at silly o'clock in the morning doesn't help. And yeah, I'm just going out to do a hill session now. My calves are hurting a bit, I think, because I've been doing so many hills. I've started to react a bit to it, so I think I'm going to need to put some care into them. But I'm feeling pretty positive still. Just my body's a bit tired. I ain't got to the stage of, feeling mentally fatigued yet, which is good. Yeah, lovely rain. Although got a nice bit of sky up ahead. Although I am being caught up by that, which doesn't look good at all, does it? That's looking quite bad out there. So it looks like I'm going to be getting wet while I'm running up and down the hills. Even worse than already. It's been a while since I've filmed. I've been doing some training for a 24-hour event which I did last weekend. So I've been, obviously the ultimate game out of this is for the Switzerland trip, and I saw the 24-hour event as a bit of endurance training, a bit of a test on how I'm doing, and yeah, I'm doing alright. I did manage 100 miles, so really pleased with that, and that set me in good stead for the Switzerland trip. The only problem that it's caused me is that I've had to have a week's recovery just to get over any sort of lingering fatigue or anything like that. And I've got, I think it's about 8 days since I've done the 100 miles. I did a tester run on Friday. It's Sunday today. I did a tester run on Friday, 10k. Did it as a negative split, and I felt actually really good. So it's looking positive that I'm recovering okay. All my heart rate stats and that say I've recovered, so it's looking good. So now I'm out today. I'm gonna do some reps of the brutalizer hill again. I'm aiming for about 20 reps of it today, so it should be, by the end of it, good. Don't know, I think it's about 14 mile. And I'll start building up again on the long stuff. I'll probably get to about just over 50k in my long run, I think, before I'll start knocking back. But yeah, feeling good. Obviously my knee was a bit grumpy with me after the 24-hour event. So it's just lots of brambles I'm running through at the moment. And yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, feeling really good. My mind's feeling clear and positive, which is one of the main things. What I see with a lot of people when they start doing the long distance, they just start running all the miles, doing everything they can. But it's not always the best approach, I've found. It tends to bog you down with just being a machine, getting up and going, grinding out the distance. But you need to add in breaks, you need to do stuff to make it easy on you mentally, and that could be going somewhere else, you know, doing something different, going out for a run somewhere unfamiliar. It just lightens your spirits a bit, keeps you going. So yeah, I've got 3 weeks today, I think it is, until Switzerland. So I'm gonna have 2 weeks of build and then a week of taper ready for the day. So looking forward to it. It's still 8 o'clock in the morning again, and I'm out for another hill session today. I'm feeling a bit tired at the moment. I had a really bad night's sleep last night, so I'm a bit sleep deprived, and I really can't be bothered with doing this hill this morning, but you gotta crack on, aren't you? That's another morning hill session done. On the Brutalizer hill again. It's getting tiresome, but got to keep on keeping on. It's now about 20 past 7. Start work at 8. So I've got about 1.5 miles till I get home now, and then straight into work. Another hill session, another early morning wake up. Feeling pretty tired today. I'm on call for work 24 hours apart, and naturally on a day when I'm getting up on the earliest possible, I get loads of calls throughout the night. So I've got approximately about an hour and a half skip, I think, last night. And then I was out before the crack of dawn, 4 AM. First time I actually used my head torch today, actually. But I'm gonna have a go at a double brutalizer, see how I get on. I don't know if you know what brutalizer is. It's an event that Team BR do. But it's not an event as such, but it's like a course. We've got a few courses, and you run these courses, and you pay £5, and you do the course. You tell us you're having an attempt, and then you go off, you do it. We verify you've done enough hill reps and all that lot, and then put you on the leaderboard and give you your shoe tag. And but it's all the thing they've got in common, all the courses, there's 5 courses, and it's all about the hills. So we've got 2 loops. One's called the mini brutalizer, and that's got 20 hill reps on it in a loop. So you start off the loop, go to the first hill, do 10 reps on there, go to the next hill, do 10 reps on there, then loop back. So the mini is just over 10k, I think it is. Then you've got the main brutalizer, which is 14.5 miles in total. Same thing again. It's about 1.5 miles to the first hill, reps to the first hill 10, go to the next hill, 10 reps of that, and then back 14.5 miles. Then we do the double mini, and we do the double of that, the main one, which is what I'm doing today, so that should be 29 miles. And then we've got what we call brutal burn, which is you do the main brutalizer, you do the mini brutalizer, and then you do the bottom burn afterwards. And let me tell you, you'd think running on the flats is easy after running up and down hills, but it's really not. I think the double brutalizer just about wins out of the monotony of the hills. So with a double, like I say, you go around, you do the main course, and then you go around again, do it again. So bit of a killer really, but it's one of those things. The idea came to me when I was reading Feet in the Clouds. I was looking how they did the Bob Graham, and you just sort of say you're going to do the course, the guy asks you a few questions about it, make sure you understand the route, and then says yeah, and at the end of it he comes and shakes your hand, and that's it. So I fancied doing something that was for mere mortals, and yeah, it's varying popularity. I mean, we don't push it that much, to be honest with you. We really should do. Maybe something I might do after this epic. Whee! One thing I love about the woods at this time of month is how quiet they are. See tons of deer and stuff like that. Right, well, that's double brutalizer done, training. I always forget how tough that session is. You feel alright the first, second, third hill, you're feeling alright when you get to that fourth. 10 reps to that fourth one, they just seem to be never ending. But it's all done and dusted now, time to chill out. Might be a bit late for work now though. Next day, after the double brutalizer, I'm coming out to do the brutal burn. Needed to do a double run this weekend of 2 long distances, and I'm on call as well, so I thought it's probably a good idea to stay close to the house. So got this idea in my head that I could do the brutal burn after the double. Just on the first hill, just heading to the second hill now. And then I thought, hey, why not go all balls to the wall and do all 5 brutalizers in 5 days? So tomorrow I'm gonna do the main brutalizer, and then after that I'll do the double mini, and then I'll finish on the mini. So it's gonna be a tough one this, but I absolutely swear by this brutalizer course for training. So practice what I preach really, get the best out of it. Well, that's the brutal burn done. Now that's the 2 hardest ones done in quick succession now. So if I'm going to do the 5 in 5 days, then this is the ideal time to do it. 2 hardest ones out the way, the rest should be a breeze, eh? Day 3, third brutalizer. We're on the main brutaliser this time. That's 14.5 miles. So I never used to think of this one as being too bad when I was doing it on its own, but after doing the double and then the brutal burn before coming out to do this one, yeah, it's a bit tougher. But I was found myself today, I was in that point of I want to go out and get it over and done with, but I really don't want to face that second hill again. And so you sat there like in this state of, do I go out, don't I? But in the end, mate goes to me, just get your set out, just get your set out. So that's what I've done, just gone out and done it. So I'm just heading up to the first hill right now. So literally I'm in the second mile now. But I think I come off this hill at about 4 3/4 and I should hit the next hill at about 7 miles. So yeah, happy days. Here we go again, let's grind it out. I'm just thinking about the end goal. Doing all 5 in 5 days. Don't think there's anyone else that's done that yet. So I'll be one of the first, which is good. And it's another tick off that bucket list. I'm getting everything I can done this year, I think. As I think my knee I don't know, my knee may be okay, but I'd rather get the stuff out now and not have the pressure on myself later on. Just want to, after this year, no more challenges. I think I'm just gonna enjoy my running and see where that takes me. So I'm not saying never, but you know, I need to look after the old knees and make sure I can run as long as I can. Right, I'm on rep 6 for the second hill now. So almost done. Just 4.5 miles left. I think 3 of them are hills. So keep on keeping on. Nearly there now. Tell you what, the sun's bloody hot there. No shade. Thankfully there's a bit of a wind, which is taking the edge off a bit. All good fun. Just starting the double mini brutaliser now. Thought I'd get it out of the way nice and early before the heat starts. So it's due to be nearly 24 degrees at 12 o'clock. And it gets even hotter into the evening, so thought I'd get it done now while it's still cool. Just heading to the first hill, literally on the start, and this one's about 12 miles. This one's a different challenge. The hills are shorter and sharper, and the terrain's a bit more ankle turning. It's quite hard ground. It's been dug up by moles and stuff like that over the time, and then that's been trampled down, made hard, so it's quite tricky to keep an eye on it all. I think did this once, and I think it was the start of my stress fracture, because I went over on my ankle and felt painful. As I ran a few days after that, it just got worse and worse. So I went and saw a physio, and he was like, yeah, stress fracture that, mate. So 6 weeks off. I'm hoping that doesn't happen today though. Second loop now. That's first one done. It's just under an hour. So I'm hoping about the same for the next loop. Tell you what, amount of bloody flies there are about. Really like the taste of sweat. Mine in particular. God, I've got a buzzing all around my head and my ears, particularly on the U-bend. It's awful. I just end up waving my arms around like a madman trying to get them off me. And you get to a point where you just think, stuff it, and let them climb all over you.
I'm here now on the last one. We've got Charles with us, we've got Josh, who's going to be joining me on the last one. So yeah, neither of these guys have done it before, so they're in for a treat.
Josh is running this with me at the moment. He's graciously not overtaking me. I think it's because he needs me to direct him round, to be fair.
That's it, last brutaliser, all done. That's all 5 done in 5 days. Chuffed with that. It was really good of Josh and Charles to come out. Charles is still going at the moment, so I'm just going to make sure he's all right. I think he should be finishing anytime soon.
Another early morning start. It's the weekend and I've had to get up out for 6. My lads at a football do a session, so I need to get in and take him out ready for meet up at 9. So I'm in the taper set phase of my training for Switzerland now. I go there next weekend, so 7 days. I obviously did the brutaliser challenge last week at the peak of my training, and now I'm just starting to drop off a bit, so I've got half marathon to do today, and that's going to be my longest distance before the run now. But we're going to do a bit tomorrow at club session, and then one perhaps Wednesday morning, and then that'll be it until race day. So I do like it when it gets to this stage, because you've done all the hard work, so then it's just looking forward to race day. And I call it a race, but I'm really not going to race it this time. I'm just going to enjoy it. With 17,000 feet of vert in it, it's not going to be anything fast. Spent last night with the map marking up where all the checkpoints were, marking up on the elevation profile where the checkpoints were. I need to get that into my head ready for race day, just so I can fuel strategically. But yeah, really looking forward to it now. It's getting really close. We set off Tuesday dinner time to Folkestone, stop over at Folkestone before jumping on the tunnel for the journey on Thursday. So yeah, really looking forward to it now.
Okay, I thought I'd quickly go through some of my mandatory kit to show you what I've got to carry with me. It's quite a lot actually. It was a bit frustrating because they didn't have anything on the website, and I had to ring them up, well, I had to email them, ask them to send me the mandatory kit list, and they did, and it was quite scant for want of a better word. And I was quite surprised because there wasn't even like any first aid kit or anything like that on it. But then I went on the website the other night and looked, and they magically got the mandatory kit on there now, and it was a stacked unload of more stuff. So I've had to really rush around trying to make sure I've got everything. Thankfully, I had most things anyway. I've just had to buy some extras. But we'll go through what I've got at the moment. So we've got my pack, my race vest or belt, it's here. Passport and ID, medical information, phone, it's on 80%, I should have that at the time. Emergency contact card and ID, yeah, I'll have that for the wife. Outer layer waterproof jacket, I have that there. Gloves and mitts, or a combination, there we go, my mitts are there. Emergency signals, whistle for an emergency signal. So my vest comes with a whistle on it as standard, so that's that covered. Water bottle, hydration minimum of 1 litre, so that's those two. There we've got food reserves measured in calories, at least 800 calories, a good amount in that for me. Head torch there, 2 batteries, yeah. Survival bag or foil blanket, survival bag there, and I've got a foil blanket in there and a foil blanket here. Folding cup, that's there. Self-adhering bandage, that's in here. Long leg trousers or race leggings, that's there, we've got them sorted. Headwear for warmth, so I've got this. And headwear, for sun protection, and this. Okay, so that is the mandatory kit. And now we've got hot weather kit. So hot weather kit, a lot more of the same, I think. So we've got headwear for sun protection. Well, I'll wear that one because I can't really wear 2 hats, can I? Oh, and a sun hat as well. So apparently I need 3 hats, but I think 1 hat should cover me for that. Extra water carrying capacity, additional minimums 1 litre, so I need another 2 500ml bottles. This is the hot water kit here. Sunscreen, I've just been on that researching decent sunscreen for runners. Normally I don't use it, but apparently this stuff is the best, keeps you breathable and doesn't run everywhere. And sunglasses. So that's the extra hot weather kit that I need. And then we have cold weather kit. So cold weather kit, I've got a little bag for this here. Oh dear. And we have here second pair of gloves or mitts. So we'll have, yeah, here we go. Gloves and mitts there. Insulated jacket. I've actually had to go out and buy one of these, so I'm waiting for that to be delivered at the moment. An extra warm hat. So just because 1 warm hat isn't enough, we need 2 hats. A neck gaiter or balaclava. Well, I'll be using my trusty Team VR buff for that one. Full length leg wear, running leggings and walking trousers. So I've got some waterproof trousers there. And then insulated jacket or ghillie. So yeah, I've got that as well, but that's on order. And I'm taking an extra layer of base layer for it in case, because I mean it's the top of mountains, so it's gonna get pretty cold up there if the weather comes in. But I've got to somehow, if it's cold, I've got to somehow carry all this and all this. If it's extra hot, I've got to carry all this and this. So I hope they're not going to do a kit check on the morning. I hope they do the kit check the day before, so then you can go up and show all your stuff, because once you've got everything crammed in there, you're not going to be wanting to take anything out. I've got to somehow get all this into here. Now, I'm fairly certain I can do that it's just having to pull it all out and drag it about when it's needed. So, but yeah, this is what you've got to take with you for a mountain ultra. France now, aren't we? Whereabouts in France are we? We've just gone past Maine, haven't we? Reims, that's the one. So it's nice just to be able to go down the motorway and not have loads of cars on it. It's quite a relaxing drive, to be fair.
Yes, very.
Thanks for your input there, Archie. We've got Rachel filming, 2 of the scropes in the back. We've got some fine art here on the side there, look. Pole with some pretty colours on it, and a pyramid. There you go. I don't know if you can see this, but this is our first look at the Alps, I think. Just in the distance there. Probably need to zoom it in for this video. We've just gone past Strasbourg now. Heading towards the Switzerland border. There we go, I can start to see the big hills coming now. Apparently all these tunnels are lined with explosives. Make it blow up in case we get invaded.
Hopefully.
God, it's beautiful, isn't it? We arrived in Switzerland last night about 8 o'clock. Didn't get much chance to do anything at that point. It was just a case of getting in. It was absolutely chucking it down when we got here. So we just got in, ran to the apartment to get all the stuff in, and then just sat down and chilled out for a bit. But I was going to do a video when I got here, but it was too dark. But now it's lovely and light. You're starting to see some of the stuff. So I'll have a look at this, what I've got on my balcony. We've got that mountain up there. I think it's either that one that's Mount Titlis, or there's one over there behind the clouds that you can't see. So yeah, much amusement was had by the kids because we've got a mountain called Mount Titlis. Kids right now are just sat down playing on the devices, as you would expect from a couple of younger kids, but it's beautiful out here. It's absolutely beautiful. I've just gone out and seen them setting up for the event village, and I just asked what kind of kit's required. So thankfully it's only mandatory kit at the moment. They said there's no need for the hot or cold weather. I'll tell you one thing though, I didn't think that when I went to make my coffee I would have to bring my own mug along because the mugs here are so small. Well, sat out here having a nice chilled coffee and just look at that view. God, it's amazing, look at that. Look how high up those hills go. Well, they're not hills, they're mountains here. There's even a bit of snow up on the top of them as well. It's a shame this cloud's just covering up slightly because there's more that goes behind those clouds. You can't make it out really. Honestly, it's absolutely beautiful.
No. Do you have a handle?
Yep.
That's important.
Yep.
Do you also have the numbers to call in
The race number. Yeah, I'll program that.
Okay. Do you have a track or a phone?
Yeah, we've got a tracker, yeah.
On Strava or whatever?
Well, I've got the GPS on my watch.
Okay.
That I'll be following, that I'll be tracking on there. I've got Strava, Garmin, and I've also got the Live
believe
360. Yeah.
I already didn't believe you on the passport because the picture was...
This is your tracker.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the explanation?
Yeah. I've had them before as well. It needs to be where at the top, doesn't it? So either strap it round here or
If you can strap it, or if you have a pocket just on the top.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Where you don't use it.
I'll probably take it on to be fair.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Most of people take it now because they don't have pockets.
I've got a load of them already. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
The number.
Okay, it's the night before now. I've just re-gone through all my kit, made sure I've got everything. So I've laid it all out here. As you can see, had to go with the Hill Lover kit, obviously. There's Archie and Henry wishing me good luck, I'm sure. There you go. No. So I've just gone through everything again, got everything ready, and I'm just about ready to rock and roll, I think. It's just last minute nerves now, so I'm going to have a coffee and try and relax. It's now time. I'm just heading up to the event village for start. Doesn't look like there's many people there at the moment, so I'm a bit early. Here we go. Say I'm nervous is an understatement now. This is the event village. I'm not sure what you can see here. It's quite dark at the moment. But I think that's the start and finish line, just down there. We've got various stalls up here. I think the 52k starts about 8 o'clock. We're starting at 6, race brief at 5. I'm probably just filling up now. Got a few people.
Okay, now, so nice, you're ready, we are ready in 8 seconds. In 30, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4,
First climb done. Yeah, carry on and then we turn left. Well, unfortunately, not getting the scenery I was after. Well and truly in the clouds here. First aid station. Big climb. You alright, mate? Well done. Yeah, keep it up. Just look at this. Absolutely fucking beautiful. Bit of a sharp descent now before another climb. So, got right at the back of the first climbs and now picking my way down, ready to go up again. Wow, this is sharp.
Gonna have to turn off now, otherwise I'll lose my balance. That's what they call a mountain lake. Go on, mate, on you go. How awesome is this? Yeah, I met a woman who I raced with ages ago. Oh, I think it's back in 2021. And, she came up to me and said, "Oh, Steve, I think I follow you on Instagram." I'm like, "Oh, you are Alison." Anyway, we caught up a bit further back there, started chatting, and yeah, I remember her now. She got ladies course record, came second on that race. It was quite funny because at first she said to me, she says, "Oh, I've never done out like this before, can you give me some advice?" And I was like, "Yeah, just be careful on the hills, don't mash it and all this stuff." And yeah, she ended up coming second place and taking the Melco's record. But I'll tell you what, she's still strong now. I could see that look of determination on her face. She stopped at the first checkpoint, and she goes, "Oh, what have I got to do now?" And the guy says, "Oh, you've got a nice flat before you climb again." And she was like, "Right, that's it. And I've never seen her again now. She's just bollocks off somewhere." Yeah. No doubt I'll see her again. Yeah. Very outgoing woman though. She said she was out here working and fueled on cereals. Look at it though. This is what it's about. This is why I've done it. I'm not racing. Like I say, some of the people that have come flying past me have been absolute machines. Watching them go down the hills, not a problem. Me, I'm picking my foot in a lot. Oh, really? Oh, arthritic old Steve, doggedly at it. Yeah, like I say, it's just beautiful. Really enjoying this now. I've got that climb out of the way. Just starting another climb. Go up there. I'm only, 8 miles in now? I'm not quite at the top of my climb yet either, so I think they've messed up on the rest stops, because I said the first rest stop was in 15k, but we actually stopped it. I think it was about 10k, so I think the race details have got it wrong. Bit of a pain if you've rested all your strategy on when those stops are. Oh, look at that. Look. These hills here look a bit more what I'm used to, rather than craggy and snow-capped, covered in fern. Just done another technical descent. It's flattening off now. Again, another mountain lake. About a mile after the first rest stop now. Going into another climb. Don't know how long we've got on this, but tough one. Managed to get my poles dropped at the halfway bag drop. So once we get to halfway, should have a bit of assistance going up the hill again. Right, time to run again. The view from up in the clouds. I'm just approaching the next big climb, and then I've got a humongous descent down to sea level, which is going to be hell, I think. But we'll get it done. Just had a really tough climb, and then I look round and see that. Yeah, mental, isn't it? What an absolute... No, it wasn't a bar bag. It was a brilliant climb. I really enjoyed that so much. I hope I can do more climbing like that. Twisted my ankle on limestone and not being able to put a foot down flat has been awesome. Can't think of anything better. Thought I'd give you a look at what some of the descents are like. See all this limestone all over. Well, some of the steeper descent, it's all exposed like this, and it's really, really tough going. You can't run downhill. You're too busy picking your way through it all. We're coming up, I don't know, the next rest stop is the halfway mark, which would be 31 mile. A couple mile back was the last rest stop, so I think I probably have a few mile. Yeah, I'm probably at about 25 mile now, so another 6 mile. But yeah, you see, you just can't run through this. You end up tripping up and falling over, honestly. Got a bit of road now. I can actually sort of run a bit without having to brake with my feet. Yeah, it's really, really annoying that, but sort of signed up for it. Just look at it, epic scenery. I'm about, I think I'm about marrow distance now. Not sure. My watch doesn't tell me the distance because I've got the maps on, so. But we're heading into Engelberg now. I think this is for the halfway point, and then we go back out again for another climb. But hopefully, should have my poles in my drop bag now. Should help a bit. Because I tell you what, God, climbing up those hills now with my bad knee really hurts. Yeah, this is a bit scary. Thank you. Good bird. Big on the churches here. Yeah, I think we're going to start the big climb now. So, happy days. This. Hey, fantastic. Hey. Yeah, I'm doing the climb now, but thankfully these poles really help going uphill. I got a lot of pain in my back after the first climbing because I was bent over so much pushing on my knees, but these helped me straighten out a bit. I gotta admit, I'm really feeling knackered now. I'm about, what was that? I've got 26 minutes, I've got a marathon left, and I feel beat, but I've just had a stop at aid station, eating a load of watermelon, and had a lot of drink. I'm hoping that should sort me out. I might have another couple of paracetamol in a bit because my back's starting to ache again. But yeah, I've got a nice long climb now, so happy days. Just hit mile 38. These miles are going bloody slow now. Suppose it doesn't help that I'm walking a lot of them now. It's all just climbs. All just climbs. I'm feeling really tired. Hey, I'm halfway up a massive climb. I just had to stop for a rest. I thought, look,
Look at this lovely view. There's worse places to stop for a rest, isn't there? Still on the climb. Oh, I think I'm almost to the top. There we go. Look at that. You see the level of the clouds just there. It's going to be reaching up into them. So, Engelberg 100k, done it. I'll tell you what, that was a tough race. That was the toughest event I've ever done. And I think I came really close to jacking it and DNFing a couple of times throughout that run. And it was mainly on the climbs. I made a bit of an error at first. I'd taken my poles with me, and I strapped them into my belt. While I was testing running around with them in my belt, there was wobbling about, and I was like, that's just going to end up pulling them down and causing me more aggro. So I thought, I remembered what the woman who emailed me said, oh, the trails are quite runnable. So I thought, well, I might be alright without them. So right at the beginning, I took them out and I put them in the finishing bag so I could collect them at the end. And the first half of that race, the climb was immense, and my back started to hurt after that, pushing down on my quads to sort of help assist with the climb. And then sort of once you got up, I mean, you can look at the elevation profile on it. Once you get up, you just immediately went back down, and the descending's not usually a problem, but obviously I've got to be a bit more careful with my descent now because of my knee. I can't just mash it down and let my knees absorb the impacts, because my knee would react. So I had to be really careful. And the problem is, it was all that limestone rocks and stuff like that. There was nothing sort of, like a nice flat just path that you could run down. It was really hard to go down. So the first half had these, and at one point I rang Rachel and I said, I was watching everyone else with the poles and they were doing so much better than me. And I rang Rachel up and says, look, can you go to the event village and can you ask them to put my running poles into the halfway bag so I can collect them at halfway. Now the problem is, at halfway it started a massive, absolute massive climb. It just went on forever, and those poles were a great help at that point, because you're taking the weight off. Same with the descents as well, you can sort of lean on the poles a little bit. So after the halfway point I got used to using the poles. It was quite flat for quite a long while, so I got used to using the poles just on the flat. And then the climb came, and honestly I was climbing for hours and hours, and there was no way on God's earth that you could run them. I was having to just walk them and mash it up. I ran out of water at one point, and because of the effort of climbing up, I was just sweating like nobody's business, and I ended up having to stop at a waterfall and fill my bottles up at a waterfall. So I'm just hoping there's no there's no parasites or anything like that. I haven't got the squitch just yet, so we'll find out soon. But yeah, I was walking up there and I ended up having to stop, take a breather. A lot of people overtook me on that climb, and I just stopped. And at that point, I was utterly broken trying to climb up there. And I said to myself, right, when I get to the rest stop at the top, I might have to think about stopping. And I climbed up, got up to the top, got over the crest, and it levelled off a bit. And I just started walking, and I felt so much better just walking for a little bit and easing off my legs, because all that pushing through through your quads and whatnot, really hard work. And then, I walked up and I got to the rest station, and there had Coca-Cola there. So I was like, oh, give me a Coke. I smashed this Coke. I was like, give me another one. I smashed it, and I was like, give me another one. Smashed it. Because it was like rocket fuel, that stuff. Full fat Coke. It was absolutely brilliant. So I smashed loads of them, ate a load of watermelon, and I thought I'll just have a sit down and just a bit of a relax. And I sat down and the woman put a blanket on me just to keep me warm. Well, because it was so high, you're just in the clouds, it's freezing up there at the top. And I sat there and I don't know what came over me, but I just felt so much better, and I was like, right, that's it, I'm off. I thought I'll just walk for now and just let my legs ease off. And as I was walking, I was getting really cold, so I put my jacket on, put my mitts on, and started walking out like that. And I was like, oh, do you know what? I think I could do a run. So I ran, and then I started warming up and started feeling really good again. And then you go down this sharp descent, and of course it's all rocky, you can't really run down, it's really slow going, getting down. And after you've done that, there's another big climb, but by then it got dark, and I could just see no end to that climb, and I was going back up my own arse again. And like, oh God. And they marked them all with these reflective tags, so you could see all around the route where you were going, and you could just see like these little tags, and of course they weren't eye level with you, they were like up here. You're constantly looking up, seeing the tags up there, and you're like, oh God, I've got to climb further up. And finally got to the top of that last climb, well, second to last climb, and sat down at the rest station again, ate a few more watermelons, filled up with water, and this guy started chatting to me, and as I set off, he come up behind me and he says, oh, do you mind if I just run behind you for a little bit? So yeah, I was like, yeah, we ended up chatting quite a lot, and we ended up facing the rest of it together. It was really good actually, and we finished sort of together. We didn't do the thing where you run over the line together. As we was coming in, he started holding back a little bit. He says, oh, you finished for your family, mate. I said, oh no, come on, we'll just go in and see what happens. And then of course as we got there, he sort of powered on ahead so we could get his own photograph and finish it. And then I followed up behind by a couple of seconds, but oh God, absolutely broken. My quads now are just rock solid. I mean, on the descents, I could just feel my quads like they were like iron bars as I was going down. It didn't feel like they were absorbing impacts, you know what I mean? It was just, oh. But yeah, I'm pleased I did it. I'm pleased I went all the way through now and finished with the 100k. I think if it weren't for speaking to my family at one point and seeing my family right near the end, I mean, I rang them up at one point and I was like, I'm stuffed, I'm absolutely stuffed. I stopped for a break on a really big climb after halfway, and Out he goes, come on Dad, you can do it, he says. I know, I moan about doing a 5k, but you do 100k and don't moan about it, so get cracking. Bless you, thank you. And that helps a lot. And then seeing him right at the end, so just before the end, and then coming over the finish line, seeing both my kids and my wife there, that was brilliant. And I actually got all emotional. I'm so proud of you, bless him. But yeah, the event was fantastic. I'm so pleased that I finished it. It was really well supported as well, you know. We just had random members of the public as you were running along just stop and start clapping you. Like they'd be like cycling along and then they'd just stop, get to the side and clap you along. Like, yeah, you go for it. I had one guy stop. He was walking with his family. I think he was out walking the dog or something, and there was all his family with him. And they all went, hello, hello. And I said, oh, hi. And he says, you're mad. He says, are you doing the 100k? I was like, yeah, I'm doing the 100k. He says, you cooked me. Oh, it was funny. But yeah, honestly, this scenery that you see here, absolutely phenomenal. So I'm sat out on the balcony here. Yeah. Let's have a look what you can see. Look at this. Yeah. Look at it. Absolutely phenomenal. There's no scenery like it. It's absolutely brilliant. I did say to everyone it's probably the single hardest and most beautiful event I've ever done. I'm pleased.